Welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into Kim Thuy's novel, Rue.
That's right. We've been looking at an analysis and summary of the book.
Yeah, and our mission, really, is to get under the skin of its main themes and understand the impact of this story, which is all about the immigrant experience.
And what's really striking, the analysis points this out, is how Thu explores these, well, profound themes like identity and displacement, but through a very personal lens.
You mean through the young girl, Antin?
Exactly.
Right.
Her family's escaped from Vietnam, after Saigon fell, and then setting up a new life in Canada. It forms this really moving core for the whole narrative.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. The source material calls it a poignant exploration. It emphasizes identity, displacement, resilience,
Yeah.
all through Antin's eyes.
Yes, it's incredibly intimate. You see these massive life shifts happening from her perspective.
Does the analysis mention how her sense of self changes as she navigates these different
It,
worlds?
it does touch on that, and it really highlights Thu's prose, how lyrical and sensory it is.
Sensory. How so?
Well, the analysis stresses how she uses language to paint these vivid pictures of both Vietnam and Canada. It's not just about what happens, but the sights, the sounds, even the smells.
Ah, okay, so it really pulls you in.
Totally. The analysis calls her writing delicate yet powerful. Rich imagery, real emotional depth, you feel like you're there.
Hmm, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Now, something else the analysis flagged was the structure, these short vignettes.
Yes, and the source actually compares them to prose poems, brief pieces, poetic language, but laid out like prose.
Okay, so not a traditional chapter structure.
Not at all, it's fragmented. And the analysis suggests this mirrors how memory works, doesn't it? Kind of associative, nonlinear.
Right, like flashes of memory rather than a straight timeline.
Exactly. It lets Thu weave the past and present together, giving you this multifaceted view of their lives. It makes sense, given the trauma and the way memory surfaces.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Mm.
So thinking about the content, the analysis also dives into the complexities of the immigrant experience itself shown in Rue. What kind of challenges did it focus on?
Well, the big ones, really. Things like adapting to a completely new culture, which is huge.
Of course.
And then there's learning a new language, the sheer effort involved, plus that profound sense of loss for the homeland they left behind.
That feeling of being uprooted.
Precisely. And the analysis notes that Thu handles all this with a lot of sensitivity.
And running through all these challenges, the source identifies some core themes that hold it together.
Yeah, definitely. The strength of family is a big one.
Okay.
The importance of memory, how it shapes you, and that universal search for belonging, finding your place.
That resonates. Family, memory, belonging.
Seems fundamental.
It is. And what the analysis really praises is how Thu offers this very unique personal perspective.
Through and Tin.
Yes, through her specific story, but it taps into experiences we can all relate to on some level. That connection is powerful.
So it's specific, but also universal.
That's what the analysis argues makes the novel so impactful. It connects us through shared humanity. Okay, great. So just to kind of wrap up our deep dive on the analysis of Rue, it paints a picture of a really moving novel, one that uses this beautiful, almost poetic language in this fragmented structure.
Like memory.
Yeah, exactly, like memory, to explore the real complexities of the immigrant journey. Themes like identity, displacement, resilience pop up again and again.
And family, memory, belonging, those key anchors.
Right. The analysis really brings those out.
Which leaves us and you listening with maybe something interesting to think about. How do other fragmented narratives, maybe in film or music or other books, how do they also reflect the way memory works, the complexities of how we process our lives?
That's a great question to ponder. How structure mirrors experience.